I have a strong feeling that rock and guitars are cool again, like actually cool, and I think I know why. Just recently I watched a video from a skateboard creator here on YouTube, and he was happy to report that skate parks are busy for the first time in ages. Like, people have started to skateboard once again. And kind of similar to guitars and playing in bands, skateboarding has been suffering for quite some time. And as someone who grew up with both skateboarding and playing music, it has been pretty depressing watching and experiencing the decline of two of the things that I love so much. But just as the skateboard creator is reporting, I can see some clear changes for the better. But why? And what is happening? First, I think we can blame or thank the popularity of nostalgic culture. We've seen Gen Z being really into the 90s, and as you know, pop culture goes and comes in circles very often, and it seems like guitars and bands might be a part of a retro thing that is coming back into style. Nice, that is cool and all, but is that enough to save rock and roll? I'm not sure, so I think we need to dig a bit deeper. And I've tried really hard to not make a video on artificial intelligence and my take on it, but I think I have to talk about it a tiny bit in this video. The way that I see AI kind of reminds me a bit about playing GTA or any other video game back in the day. You started the game, and to advance in the game you would have to do missions, earn money and build up your character. Even though it was just a video game, it was kind of hard work behind you progressing in the game. You needed to put some time and effort into getting the shiny objects ahead. But then someone, maybe a friend, gave you the opportunity to skip all the hard work. You got cheat codes. And all of a sudden you could get the best weapons, access all the places, the best cars. You became God in that universe. And at first that felt amazing. No effort, but maximum payoff. Yeah, that was fun and all for quite some time, but it didn't take long, at least for me, before it kind of felt numbing. Even though I had complete power over Vice City, I felt empty inside. And this exact feeling, that's the same thing that I feel when I'm using anything AI at the moment, or even just when people are talking about artificial intelligence. I get that feeling. And I don't think I'm alone in this. People are seeking that friction it takes to create something cool, because you need to try over and over again to give you that good feeling of actually mastering something. You don't get that by prompting a song or by watching short form content 4 hours a day. I've been guilty of doing that. Can I back this up with anything at all? Well, honestly, I think it's mostly down to my own observations and a feeling that I have, but there might be some things that can back it up. I bet you have seen them around. First and foremost, as many have pointed out already, they're like the perfect answer to the modern technology trend we are seeing right now. They are creating something truly original, and that is something that I've yet to see with AI. And I just love that for the first time in ages, a band and a performance is on everybody's lips. Personally, I like everything about Angine the Poitrine, but more than anything, I just love that everybody and their mom is talking about them. I just love that. I think that we truly appreciate the insanely hard work behind their songs, and the payoff for us is massive. And let's see, another band that has been mentioned to me a lot lately, that is Castle Rat. This is another live performance on KEXP, and they're not necessarily as original as the last band that I talked about. This is more of a Black Sabbath-esque band with a theatrical twist to it. Look, there's a bird playing bass. Their playing is really tight. I do love the Aussie style vocal melodies. But maybe the riffs, they're feeling a bit safe to me. Yeah, not sure. But you know what? I'm just glad that they're doing what they're doing, and I really hope that my kids will get into Castle Rat instead of listening to anything created by generative AI. And then there's the last thing that I want to discuss. Is this just a bit of a forced reactionary movement instead of real change towards something that we prefer, which is playing in bands instead of just using modern technology? I don't really know, but I do hope it's more than a fluke. It's really hard to fight against how the times are changing, and idolizing stuff in the past often is extremely hard over time. Sooner or later, a new reality sort of sets in and you will have to accept that and move on. Like when the Beatles came around in the 60s, parents fought against that really hard in the beginning, but after some time it was accepted and it became the norm. So is us fighting technology just the same as refusing kids to listen to Beatles back in the day? I would say it's similar, maybe, but also there's a thing that is way different. Back then, Beatles was probably so scary because they hadn't seen anything like that before. And of course now with AI, that is intimidating to us in many ways, but it is also extremely boring. It is so boring because it's so unoriginal. No matter how good it is, art with no friction is just so freaking dull that we can't stand it. And I think that is a big reason to why we are skating again and why we have two French-Canadian aliens playing microtonal math rock and there's a raven playing bass in Castle Rat. I dig that, and I think maybe you do that as well, and I hope there's a lot more to come. See you.